Welcome back to Science Hub. My name is Marian Bănică, and today we are going to talk about open education and open science with my special guest, Radu Jugureanu.
Pleased to meet you.
Radu has more than 4 decades experience in education and a lot of projects already implemented, and I hope that we are going to know at the end of this videocast more about what are the trends and what are the solutions to be used in open education. Radu, good to see you again, and let's move on. Tell me for the beginning a few things about you, just everybody to know.
More. I didn't know that. That could be a question. Well, I'm a teacher. I'm a math teacher. I'm sorry for this. Nobody's perfect. Yes. And I graduated 120 years ago in Bucharest. I graduated mathematics. And since then, I'm still learning.
You are a continuous educator.
Yeah, I just discovered these days that once OpenAI is coming in the market, but it's not today. It's not about today. OpenAI came onto the market, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, when they published the first article written by a machine. It was at that age ChatGPT, I think, 1.5. Well, so since I discovered that there are a lot of opportunities with this new challenge in education, which is intelligence. It's not an intelligence as we know it. It's how we call it, but whatever. It's time to start to learn again. So I'm just starting now to learn again a lot of things in how to use intelligent machines in education, which is very, very nice. On one hand, on the other hand, is dangerous, and we have to take care on all these traps that came around the corner when we discuss about how to use a new machine in the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the trends with a first image that maybe you are going to explain us more. About evolution of different technologies during the time.
Yeah, this is scary, I think. Where is the image?
Can we put the first photo?
Yeah, this one. It's a graph. I told you I'm a math teacher, so I'm used to read very well graphs. The dynamics of adoption. By 100 million users, different technologies. So it took 75 years for the humans to be 100 million phone users on this earth. Mm-hmm. It's great, 75 years. Everybody is using, for instance, Twitter, 5 years to reach 100 million users. For Facebook, 4.5, for Instagram, 2.5, for ChatGPT, 2 months. This is scary because I don't know where is going on from here. So in 2 months, 100 million humans on the earth already used, more or less in a proper way, ChatGPT.
So basically, you want to say that everything or almost the new technologies are used, by humans much faster than it was in the past, and now.
What I know in this moment is that my job as a teacher, and I think everybody's job, wherever they are teachers, is to prepare our students to work in jobs that do not exist today, with technologies that are not yet invented, in order to solve problems that are not yet problems. So it's mission impossible. I repeat for those who are watching us, we have to prepare our students to work in jobs that do not exist today, with technologies that are not yet invented, and then to solve problems that are not yet problems. This is what we have to do. And to do this, we have to know how to prepare our students to work in jobs that do not exist. What have I to teach them? to work with technologies that are not yet invented? What have I to teach them to prepare them to have a job that do not exist today? It's amazing. And it's a challenge. It's of course an opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, but what are the challenges that are facing in, let's say, in the scientific or in the education community by implementing, all technologies in education and also in science?
The old danger here is to implement it without knowing how to do it. Implementing them, ignoring the experts in education, the experts in pedagogy, the people who knows what about didactics it means. So if we focus on technology, we lose everything we gain until now. It's not about, on my opinion, education and e-learning. First of all, e-learning is learning. Doesn't matter what kind of letter you put in front of learning, because we know e-learning now. Yeah, we know e-training, which is the same thing. We know B-learning, which is blended learning. We know M-learning, which is mobile learning. We know a lot of something learning, but this letter that we put in front of learning should be learning at the end of the day. Otherwise, is something different that we don't have to deal with, because it's not a matter of education, it's a matter of technology. So, in my opinion, when we discuss about digital in education, for instance, so any kind of technologies in education, we should prove that the letter we put in front of education, in front of learning, in front of training, prove the added value. Otherwise, it's useless. So, technology is what we see, because when we go in schools, we have to see computers, students with tablets, a lot of gadgets that hopefully improved the learning part of education, because it's learning, but it's teaching also. We have to teach in order to learn. And we have to create a environment of good space, healthy space, mentally and physically, and safe space for children. So it's not only learning, they have to learn. I have also to teach. The principal has also to create a secure environment. The politicians have to create national standards to evaluate, and national standards to teach, and national standards to have, at the end of the day, what to measure, what capabilities have we to develop in our schools. Well, so it's not only technology. We have to discuss about the process in place, with what people and in what specific culture have we to deal in the class.
We are going to discuss about culture, because it's very important a bit later. But tell me a bit about DQ, which is defined by digital coefficient. In the context, first it was intelligence coefficient, after that emotional coefficient, and now it's digital coefficient. What do you mean by digital coefficient?
Yeah, everybody knows about IQ, and when we discuss about IQ, well, everybody says that this country has the greatest IQ, this country has the greatest IQ, which is wrong, it's false, it's not like this, it's a fake information. We discuss about emotional coefficients, because emotional intelligence, when we develop the new strategies in learning, it's important to know how to deal with emotions in a community. And it's not only this, but you catch the idea. We are living now in a digital world. This is the fact. Yeah, but we do not discuss at school nothing about digital intelligence. Nothing about digital intelligence. It's like, taking a 1-year-old child on a highway and push him to go on the other side of the highway. Now, this is the highway of life. Information is everywhere around us. But is this information okay for children? Is this information suitable for their age? Is this information safe for their development?
Yeah, let's see a second image that we prepared just to see that things are not exactly what... This is about the challenges that are going to happen in the next years. And can you please explain what is here?
Yeah, this is a very important point of view developed by web forum. It's World Education Forum discussing about top 10 skills in the rise. Yeah, top 10 skills that we have to create in our communities for our children.
In the next 10 years?
In the next, I think, 4 years from now or 3 years from now. Because what we knew in 2023 will not be available, or will not be the same in 2027. What is important to find out is that analytical thinking, it's the most important, creative thinking, and critical thinking. These are 3 new skills that we have to develop in our schools. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you are public speaking proficiency or you can, I don't know what samples have I to put now on the table because I don't want to give wrong examples. But what we have to know is that in 2027, students that start now 9th grade in our high schools have to gain other skills that students who graduated high school this year should have when they are going further in the school to continue universities or in the marketplace.
So as a teacher, you have to adapt all the time. So basically, you don't teach the same lesson to 2 classrooms in the same day, right?
Yeah, this is another issue because, of course, if you respect yourself as a teacher and you have 2 similar classes over a 10 minutes break, you act differently to 2 different groups of students. And I will ask a question now. I have 2 children, my own children. Mm-hmm. They are grown-ups now. 33 and 37 years old. So
almost my age.
Yeah. With good schools, etc. Me and my wife, we are both teachers, math teachers. So both our children, so 2, only 2. Both our children got the same kind of education at home. So we did not put one of them, Bogdan, in a corner and Alexandra in another corner and to have different speeches for them. We have the same approach of what we call education for our kids. But they are different. In a good way, but different. So if I have only 2 children and they are different, why should I go in the classroom with 30 children, 30 students and say, you all have to do the homework from page 12 to page 37. You all have to do this task. You all have to do, because they are different.
Yeah, but on the other side, it should be a common sense for everyone to have the same understanding of the same tool.
It's a common sense to have the same basics for everything, so to have a minimal basic for knowledge. But from this point on, we have to act differently for each and every one. And this is what digital content can provide.
Mm-hmm. Let's move on to another image that I think it's very nice and very useful. Related to education and differences on how people are thinking all the time. Let's hope that my colleagues are going to help me. But till then, I would like to tell me, you said that the same information is basically used by, a bit more forward. The same education is used different by persons, taking in consideration the personality, but also the context and also the culture and also the environment. Can you tell us a bit more on this topic?
So I come back to the image when we discuss about what we have to look at. We see technology, however, the main problem here, the main issue is how to define the process with what people and in what specific culture have we to deal with. Because, and here we cannot implant a new type of education in a country. Let's say we take Finnish educational system because it's the best in Europe, or Estonian one, or whatever, you name it. From France collapsed after 80s because they consider that in the school they have to deal more with emotion.
We have also the image, which explains a lot. Can you explain once again also for our listeners?
This is what I said, that technology is only 20% of all the process. What we do not see is the process that we have to deal with what people and in what specific culture. In what specific culture is very important, because we have in Romania, and UK has in England, in UK, France, Spain, everybody has specific educational culture. The educational system is the core of the cultural system of the country. We cannot take it from here and put it in Finland. We cannot take it from Hong Kong and bring it in Romania.
Can you give once again the example that we discussed with the Romanian person and
it's
with
a nice
Ahmed?
sample. Yeah, it's a nice sample because it shows exactly what I mean with this culture.
So let's summarize a bit. So the same, you tried. You've been invited to Emirates.
No, I had a project for 7 years in Emirates.
Yes.
I was a part of the team who created the eLearning system in Emirates, and we had a base in Dubai, and we worked from there. And the first interaction with the Minister of Education in Dubai, when I tried to convince them that what we created is spectacular, is a nice story, and I will tell you once again. It's we had to present math lessons for 7th grade, and they have to know how to use different tools to divide a circle. And the story was in Romania, that a young boy, Ionel, let's say, to make the conjunction with the ChatGPT that the government put in place, which is a fake one. Ionel is his birthday, and he invited some friends, and they have to divide with geometrical tools a cake, wonderful cake. And it was a nice dynamics there, and they discussed and they tried to cut the cake in equal parts and in 7 equal parts, and it was impossible. And it was a very nice lesson, pedagogical one, because it was step by step conducting to the solution, and you have as a student who deal with this screen to learn and to make mistakes and to learn from mistakes and to come back and so on. It was very nice. And I just switch Ionel into Ahmed. I changed the image of Ionel with the image of an Arab Emirates child, and I presented to the commission on the wall, spectacular, everybody.
Hoping that
everything was moving, everything. I was delighted to see that wonderful piece of e-content. And the commission from the Ministry of Education in Dubai look at me very confused. They didn't understand. They didn't understand what I wanted to say. And
what is about.
I was also confused because they did not react in a way I expected to. And at one moment I stopped and I said, well, it's a mistake on the screen or what? Why are you
What's
so
the problem?
What's the problem? And I said, why is Ahmed receiving guests and presents and a cake for his birthday? Why not? It's his birthday. Let's celebrate. Well, we do not celebrate our birthdays.
Yeah, so it's a totally different culture.
It's a totally
so
different
you have
culture.
to adapt your content all the time to your local culture.
Absolutely.
And also
you have to work with local teachers.
with local teachers, yeah.
And it's mandatory to work with teachers who have a classroom experience. Otherwise, it's a nice software, could be spectacular graphics, but you do not reach the
audience.
Not only the audience, you do not reach the mandatory requests for educational purpose.
Yeah. So basically, technology is not used just translation or adaptation, let's say.
Adaptation is something else. If you only translate something, it's wrong. If you only put images, for instance, there are rules of position on the screen of elements. In Europe, when you read from left to right, you have to put the text on the left side on the screen because nobody reads text. And the image, the interaction, the movie, the whatever the experiment could be on the larger part on the right hand. If you go in Arab countries, you have to put otherwise because they are reading from right to left. And you have to put their text and here the juicy part of the content. This is only a small piece of evidence. Then there are a lot of restrictions regarding colors that you have to use in the educational content.
What color is not allowed?
Is banned red, for instance.
Ah, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's banned. Blue is very good. Green is very good. Shades of gray is very good. Red is banned. You don't have to use it.
What about yellow, magenta?
Yellow could be nice in different combinations with green, for instance. But, well, and here comes another sample of wrong approach. I was in a conference, I will not say the name of the company, who presented a wonderful, graphically created content for children.
Let's move on to the next image, maybe to see, because I want to ask you also about how do you see the emerging technologies that are influencing different practice in open science and in open education, like artificial intelligence, like machine learning, machine to machine? And
on my opinion, when you create educational content, digital content, it's mandatory to use teachers who have practice in the classroom. Otherwise, it's a wonderful graphical presentation, I repeat, with no connections with the educational purpose. So to create better citizens in your country. I mean that you have to take care of the pedagogical restrictions that are in place when you are in the classroom. When you create, let me give you another example. It's about how to, you have a problem with the text, the second law of Newton's is, and they don't know anything about
an
Newton.
image with Da Vinci and Mona Lisa, which is a fake one, basically. Yeah.
Imagine that. Yeah, this is a very good one.
We are going to put it in a few seconds, but please explain us till we see it.
Yeah, I mean that when you have,
so
when
we
you
have
use,
Da Vinci and Mona Lisa.
It's a wonderful picture. This is a wonderful picture. It's dated, a very rare picture actually, dated 1500, and I don't know. I have to take a look here. It's 1509 in Florence. You see here Mona Lisa and Da Vinci, both friends, and they are talking about something. I don't know what they are doing there. I think it's a selfie made with the iPhone by Da Vinci. Imagine now that you use this picture in a digital content. 80% of the people will believe this picture is real.
I think 99%.
I think 80% of the people are believing this. Yeah, you can roll on the next pictures because they are very important. Everybody is wondering.
Let's move on to the next image, maybe to see another fake example.
Can be together. Is a great debate regarding who created the pyramids. In Egypt.
So let's see a fake image of the pyramid.
I discovered for you specially who created the pyramids, and another picture. Yes, this is the picture 2,500 years ago, took by I don't know whom, with workers.
So let's say that also this one is a fake one, right?
All right, let's say that is a fake one also. But once again, imagine that you have a machine that creates inline a lot of digital content, because now you have AI able to create code, and to create movies. You can create movie in less than a second, so it's like this now. What can we do with this movie? Nothing, as you see here. It's a fake picture. We do not find out who created the pyramids in Egypt with this picture.
But on the other side,
it's also created by an AI. It's a very nice one. Yeah.
But even if it's fake, it can be useful in order to show, to tell exactly, to explain, different concepts that maybe
it's useful if you have a lesson regarding critical thinking. Then it's useful, and you have a lot of samples when you want to discuss about critical thinking in the classroom. Unfortunately, we do not discuss much about critical thinking because I don't know why.
Yeah, how do you see the evolution of technologies in education, and what do you think that is the impact on accessing the information and using the information, in the use of the information?
The evolution is constantly. In 1896, Professor Marinescu, who was one of the greatest psychiatrists in the world, he created the School of Psychiatry. He took the invention of Lumiere brothers, cinematograph, the cinema, which was very new technology. Lumiere brothers created for entertainment. Marinescu took it and used it for science and for education. It's very important to know that was happened in Romania, and somebody considered that if you take a new technology in education and you use it properly, you can accelerate the capacity building of the institution that you are working with, because this is about accelerating capacity building in school, in institution, in universities, in wherever you put some education, some training or learning, because they are different. Well, since then, the evolution of technology in school raised, and we use technology in school. In Romania also we had computers, HC85 based on
and 91 and so on.
In 85 actually, before 90, based on Z80 Spectrum processor. We had around 30,000 computers like this in schools, in Romanian schools.
This one was my first personal computer,
yeah,
basically.
I know, my one too, as a teacher.
Yeah.
Well, we had the first, we had internet in, we celebrated last year 30 years of internet in Romania, and we had, we know what we did with this internet in 30 years. But what brings this in education is very difficult to say, because if you do not consider that technology is a complementary tool and not an alternative tool, you lose the battle.
Yeah, so let's say it once again. It's very important. Please repeat this.
Technology is a complementary tool for education.
Yeah, so
it's not an alternative. It's not 0 or 1. It's not put on the light or put off the light. It's complementary. And if it is complementary, I use technology before I teach traditionally, let's say, if I consider on my experience that this is a tough subject and they have to be prepared before I go to the blackboard to use the piece of chalk. Or I can use it instead of presenting traditionally, when I consider that this topic it's okay, or I use it after I present the topic on the blackboard, because I see that I was not in the good mood in these days, in that day, and my knowledge did not reach the students. And here I have to make another quote, and I have to say that we have to make the switch between reproducing information into creating knowledge. What we are doing now is reproducing information. Do you know the poem Miorița? Do you know what the author said about, I don't know, Michael the Brave? Yes, this is reproducing of information. Do you know to solve an equation of... This is reproducing information. But you have, I repeat, we have to make the switch, to make the step forward from reproducing information to creating knowledge. And if we succeed to do it, we win the battle.
Of course, but on the other side, let's move on to see an image from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Basically, more than 20 years ago, MIT and all other universities, including Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Stanford, and so on and so forth, said that, okay, education is not just by content. They made almost all their courses open source, accessible via online. And they said that the important, the things for, they are paid for is basically the interaction between smart people and the context. What do you think about this?
This is, as I know, it was an initiative taken by UNESCO at one moment to create a huge library for learning. A lot of universities joined the initiative, and they created at one moment, I think 2 years ago, a lot of courses free of charge, a lot of courses online free of charge. Well, free of charge is one, open source is another hand, so these are different things, because you can put on the table open courses, open learning, open content.
Let's move to this image because it's interesting, and after that we are going back to the open source. So this is totally a generated one. Everybody can generate it easy. Can you explain?
It's a very dear picture, I consider, because it was
generated by you.
No, it was generated by a machine. I tried to. Well, we published a book, 30 Years of Internet in Romania, which is a lot of people are putting their memories regarding the first moment of Internet. And I wanted to put on the first page a generated picture, because this is the end of these 30 years we can generate. And I tried a lot with Dale, with Midjourney, with everything to imagine the prompt that I have to deliver to the machine in order to create a good picture. And I consider that it's useless. I cannot do it. It's impossible for me. And I asked my son, 33 years old, so he had 3 years when internet started in Romania. I asked him, because he's working in liberal arts, let's say, movies, creating movies. He's working in this industry. And I asked him to design, to help me to create such a picture. And the solution was that he teach ChatGPT how to create a prompt, to generate a prompt for Midjourney in order to have this picture that we see now.
So it was basically a machine-to-machine
it was
co-working.
Human to machine, that human who teach a machine how to generate a prompt for another machine
to generate
a picture. Yeah, and they generated 4 pictures, and this is what we used for the...
We have also other one?
Yes. The second one...
we have another one, yeah?
This one, yeah. It was very nice. The prompt, I think I have it here somewhere. The prompt is like this. So Bogdan teach ChatGPT to create this kind of prompt. A compelling illustration for the cover of a book titled 30 Years of Internet in Romania. Full stop. The design should capture the essence of the Internet's evolution in Romania over 30 years, from technological advancement to the impact on people's life. It should be in the form of a vertical timeline where the bottom is the past and the top is the future. Use vibrant colors and engaging imagery to attract readers. So this is what ChatGPT commands to Midjourney.
Nice.
Nice, very nice.
Very nice and very useful.
Sorry?
And very useful also. Because,
yeah, very useful. But I didn't think that I have to teach a machine to teach another machine what to do. I didn't imagine that. After 30 years of using internet in Romania myself.
I will just ask you, how do you think that is going to be after 30 years from now on?
What I know about tomorrow is that it will be different. I don't know how, but different. What we know is that we have to develop new skills. What I know is that a lot of jobs will disappear, but this is not dramatic, because I always imagine that some students come to me and ask me, well, teacher, what do you think I will be able to do when I will graduate the high school? And I fake a thinking and I say, well, you can be a very good engineer for those phones with coins. Well, phones with coins, they are not anymore. Well, then you will be a very good engineer in a manufacturer that manufactures audio tapes or video tapes. They are not anymore. In our time life, they disappear in our time life. It's not dramatic. Instead of phones on the street with coins, now we have
Yes,
mobile
smartphones.
phones. Instead of tapes for audio, now, we have a lot of digital systems. So it's not dramatic. Of course, human resources in manufacturers will disappear because we have machines to do this.
But what
and
about
a lot of other things? I'm waiting for the moment when politicians will be replaced by artificial intelligence.
There are countries where some laws are, let's say, supervised by artificial intelligence. And
Yeah,
we
I'm
know
waiting for that moment.
Yeah, we know about the Baltics model. Yeah. Okay. You know, they are very good in this area. What about continuous education? What do you think? Because, you know, basically the school remained, even if there are a lot of technology, the way how people are taught it's really the same. How do you think about continuous education? And I would like you to tell us something that I'm very curious, is to tell, you know, most of the people thinks that school is finishing after you finish, you know, the faculty, the PhD, whatever, you finish the formal one. But on the other side, we have to deal with education all our life, yeah? And it's like a, you know, it's like a fuel that if you don't put any more fuel, you don't have it anymore and you have to stop, right?
As I told you at the beginning, I'm just starting to go to school once again. I don't know.
At your age?
64.
At 64.
Yeah. It's mandatory if you want to remain in place and to be alive. It's mandatory to learn anytime, because anytime, any moment, there are new things. There are things that you did not have the chance to learn. For instance, how to be a creative writer. And this is a topic, a proper topic. You have to learn how to be a creative writer, how to be a creative speaker, how to create your garden, if you want to create your garden, how to fix your TV in your home. Mm-hmm. You have to learn how to do it. It's very, very nice to learn how to continue your life in an active way, I think, because otherwise you can sit in the sofa and look all kind of TV shows 24 hours a day. Mm-hmm. But this is, I think, boring for everybody. But once again, continuous education should become a mandatory task in our development methodologies. Even if we are working for companies or public service or public institutions or private institutions. And now we have the tools.
Yeah, let's see the tool with Digital Einstein.
Digital Einstein is very important.
Yeah, so Digital Einstein, what can you tell us about Digital Einstein?
It's a company who created digital humans. It's not only Einstein there.
Of course.
There are a lot of people. They are specialists in public speaking, specialists in brokerage, specialists in whatever, you name it, what kind of repetitive jobs. This is Einstein, and you can discuss with Einstein, and you can hear Einstein, his voice, answering a lot of questions, validated scientifically, because he took the answers from 1,000, 2,000 encyclopedias in the second. So
let me ask you. I'm asking, and Einstein is answering.
Yeah, you can discuss everything with Einstein. It's amazing.
Yeah,
try it. I discovered Digital Einstein 1 year ago, and I presented Einstein to my colleagues in a project that we are running in Romania now. Romania Secondary Education. It's a very nice project with splendid results, and we have a large team of mentors and monitors who are working directly in schools. And when I discovered Einstein, I made it was in the pandemic, and I remember that I made an online session of discussion with all my colleagues, and we started to ask Einstein.
And he answered well, right?
A lot of things about his life, about science, about education, about, you name it, physics, chemistry, a lot of things that were discovered after Einstein dies. So, and he can argument with a very keen speech and scientifically speech a lot of solutions for Higgs boson, for instance, that we discuss about it, and can also a lot of things about.
Yeah, the next topic that we are going to discuss in Science Hub is related to boson Higgs, but let's discuss at that moment. Let me ask you, in the final, what do you think that are going to be the major trends that are going to happen in the next 10 years? Especially in the context of open education, from your point of view?
I don't know the trends. What I know is that if we do not invest in teacher training, heavily investment in teacher training, mandatory investment in teacher training, we will not be health society. So the main problem in our educational system, I'm talking about Romania, it's to invest in teacher training, to bring well-prepared teachers in the classroom.
So already digitalized.
There are two piles of in all researching. In all research, all the researchers on the sort, when we discuss about education, they are saying like this: 1% of graduated students brings 1.5% increasing the GDP per capita. So education is the best bank in the world, in all the countries. $1 American dollar, when you invest in this bank named educational system, will bring you in 12 years $10.
Let me...
So that 10 times more. Once again, I say, if we put good teachers and health society together, we'll be a rich country. And not only in Romania.
Yeah, let me tell you an example that I'm practicing right now on my own. I'm trying to create an alumni community for my high school, for my former high school, in order to help also professors and also students to get in touch with the things that are happening right now, and also to have a practical experience. It still doesn't work, but I think that on long term is going to have a really big impact.
You have to be patient and to offer to the teachers what they want to use, what they really need to use in the classroom in order to have a better result.
Yeah, I still have 30 years in order to get the first results, so... I hope that after first years, because I have still 30 years till my pension, I will have some good results, and I will say, hey, even if it was a difficult investment, it has some result. Radu, thank you very much, for this discussion. I hope that you enjoyed. As a conclusion, education is not just the moment where you learn in the high school or in the faculty or even at PhD. It's a continuous thing.
Lifestyle.
It's a continuous lifestyle, and it involves during the last years a lot of teamwork and collaboration. I hope that at the end you'll understand that collaboration is the key part and the key word for discovering new trends and having a better life. Thank you very much. I was Marian Bănică, and here it was Science Hub. Have a nice day.